All right, guys, welcome back to another video. It's your man Jay. So I decided to go ahead and give you a follow-up video after 72 hours with the Poetic case, the Spartan series case for the Pixel 4 XL. Now, I don't very often follow up with case reviews after I do an unboxing and first impressions, but I felt like this case deserved one. Now, there's something special about the case that separates it from others, but something about it is it's eclectic, it's unique. And there's a lot of cases out here like this, but something about this case, I just really like the way it feels. And the Pixel 4 XL is a big phone, and this case is going to make it feel a little bit bigger, but it's not very heavy at all. Now, there are some likes and dislikes, but the pros definitely outweigh the cons. Now, the first thing is you get a built-in kickstand. Now, this is just fantastic. Who wouldn't want that? But with that, the kickstand is, I'm afraid I'm going to break it sometimes. And this is with all kickstand cases that I've used. Even the stiff OtterBox kickstands that used to be on there, I still felt some type of way about them. But the fact that you have it is important, and it's a plus. But having the ability to have the kickstand right there, this is the best implementation, like this style is what you're going to be able to get from a kickstand, unless you just do the pop out one way. And I can see why companies probably wouldn't do that. But so the kickstand is great, but you know, you just have to be careful when you're deciding to use it. That's important because it's not very thick. It's plastic. It's not metal. And then also something I don't like is when you do pop this kickstand out, it exposes the back of the phone right there a little bit and the color of the phone. And I'm not a fan of that. I wish it was just black all in the inside. Yeah, that's just what it is. And it might show a little bit up here too, and that's fine. But something about having it exposed in this area, I'm not really a fan of it. Just a real thin piece of black material on the inside would make me feel a lot better about the uniformity of when the kickstand is open like that. Another thing is the Pixel 4 XL, like I said, if I didn't say it, it's a big phone. In this case, makes the phone feel a little bit bigger, wider, I should say. It's a beautiful, beautiful design on here. But you do get, when you do buy cases like this, which are certified for drop protection, it has to be a little bit bigger. But the plus to that is that it doesn't restrict the phone in any kind of way. You know, you've got the microphone ports open, and you know all the things that you want to protect are protected. You've got your charging port protected, and that's the good thing about the Pixel 4 XL. You don't have any other ports or anything, just those two, and then this microphone here. So you know that's a huge plus. But it's gonna make the phone feel a little bit wider, which is to be expected when you're putting on something to on your device for protection. I don't know how you feel about this design, but I actually think it's really nice. The case does come in different colors, I think. So, you know, hit the link in the description to see which one is suitable for you or best suits your needs or your preferences, I should say. Now, I have dropped the phone in and out of this case, and it protected it. You know, I didn't drop it very far, but the point is it survived the drop without the case. But with the case, it really survives the drop. I feel a lot better. Now, a plus to this case is it has two versions. So I'm using the version, and you get them all included, by the way. There's a version with a screen protector on this gray portion, and I left it upstairs in the office, but there's a version, you get both front pieces, which I think is so cool. And I think the fact that they're doing this is just incredible. Like a lot of companies don't give you all your options, you know, with one purchase. They might make you purchase another version of it, you know, which I think is kind of lame, but they're giving it to you. They give you both frames. They give you a frame. Like, I'll take this off. Let's go ahead and go on over removal of the case while I'm doing this. Removing this case is a little tough. This isn't a phone case that you want to take on and off. It's just, you just don't want to do it. So here's the case in both pieces. Now, when I say they give you two pieces, there's another version exactly like this with the plastic screen protector in it. Now, a lot of people like myself, we were already rocking tempered glasses or screen protectors of our choice and preference, and so we were just ripping them out. But instead of them just giving us one, like OtterBox eliminated their plastic screen protectors altogether. And so instead of Poetic doing that, these cost less than OtterBoxes. They protect the same. They give you both frames, one with the plastic screen protector and this one without. So it's nice that they do that. I can't stress enough how good that is. Putting the case on is very nice, simple, but it's not hard. But this isn't a case that you want to take on and off, because when you take it on and off, you got to make sure the buttons are lined up right. Now, I've been taking it on and off so much now, I guess I've just gotten like a pro to put it on and off, but this isn't a case that you want to put on and off. If you're going to wear this thing, wear it, and you will be protected 24/7. Now, this isn't really a knock on the case. I guess it's the Pixel 4 button arrangement I don't really care for too much. The volume rocker's on the bottom and the power's on the top. But with this case making the phone a little bit bigger, it makes it a little bit, not harder, but just you're going to have to get up there. It's different from having no case on it. And I can tell the difference now while I have the case on. So another thing, there's so many pros to this case. I like the lip protection on this case, man. And I know it's nothing different from any other case with lip protection like this, but some things you just can't explain. Like, I really genuinely like the way this case looks and feels, and I feel so comfortable dropping it down like that. Again, I've been using this case straight through for 3 days, and it's just something about it. I feel more comfortable with it on. And remember, I have a ton of cases. I've got other Poetic cases. I got the Affinity case, which I love. There's a whole bunch of cases out there, but something about this one, I don't know. I guess since I'm using this phone, I use this phone every day. It was predominantly, I use it like 99% of the times for just phone calls and emails and text. I really don't do a lot of social media. I wasn't doing a lot of social media on here, but I said, man, I've got to review this case. It's just something about it. It's very eclectic. It doesn't cost a lot. And if you're a person who doesn't buy a lot of cases for your phone, and you just buy a phone and you buy a case, if you're one of those people, I can recommend it, man. I mean, but some of us have tons of cases, and we switch them in and out. Now, this is a heavy duty case. So if you're a type of person who I've learned, in the last several years that people don't work in construction wear these heavy duty cases. I don't work in construction. I don't work at a job where I'm prone to drop my phone or get it slammed around, because at this point, phones are so fragile. I've broken phones for just sliding out of my lap. Well, I'll say the phone broke from sliding out of my lap. So bear that in mind. You need protection on these fragile phones that we get now anyway. So this phone case by Poetic, the Spartan series, it's a win for me, folks. It's really good. I really enjoy it. When I don't have it on there, like the times that I've taken it off, I just felt naked. So I just put it back on. I was like, man, I got to hurry and put this case back on. And again, I'm giving you some real world usage because I actually use this phone, like I said, every day. It is always in my hand. You guys know I have more than one phone number. So, and I'm using them for the purposes that I need them for. And this phone is solid with this case on there. I mean, the phone's hardware is already good because it has a matte frosted feel to it, but it's still slippery. And a case like this, man, I could throw on some YouTube or, read an email with it propped up like this, and I absolutely love it. So I wanted to give you a review of this case, man, from Poetic. And remember, I have so many cases for all my phones. Some phone manufacturers just get it right. And I think what's separating this phone case is that they actually gave me an option without me asking. Meaning, the front of the phone, I get an option. And I think as a consumer, you should really start to think about that options. There are so many of them that, it's getting more difficult to make a choice. This phone is about roughly between $15 to $20. And this case is between $15 to $20. And I would tell you, if you're trying to make a decision on buying a case, and you're probably thinking, man, Jay is intense about this case. I do case reviews. I do phone reviews, but some of them just stand out. And, it's weird, but this case actually makes me like my phone more for some reason. I don't know. I don't know what happened. I even put my main SIM card in here and switched my 5. This is my 5 phone. This is my Google 5 phone. And I put my Pixel 3 AXL with the 5 number and put my main SIM card in here because I was just so excited to try out this case. And now it's almost like I've fallen in love with the Pixel 4 XL to the point where I could easily leave it in my main SIM card in here. It's that impressive. But sometimes you have to change it up, and you just have to explore. And I would definitely recommend this case, not because it was sent out for review, because I get a lot of things for review, and I don't like them all. But this case is something about it. If I could change anything, I would take away some of the patterns, the designs on the back. But then that would just make it look, and maybe it's the color. It could be just this color that I'm not too fond of. I know it's a real subtle color, but I don't know. I like this case, man. So I wanted to bring you a real follow up, man. I've been rocking with this thing, man, and it seems like I use my phone like for things that I didn't use it for, so much more now. Like I'm doing a lot more social media, meaning I'm looking at Instagram a whole bunch more. I've toned back on Twitter. I do have Twitter at Mopar Family Man, but that's for my cars. My Mr. J. Williams Twitter, you already know. I've toned it back. There's some posts on there sometimes, but they're just automatic posts from my website more than likely. But this case is a certified J. Will approval. I give it the seal of approval, man. It's that good. I like it. It's your man Jay. A little bit of a lengthy vlog and review of a case, man, but it's totally worth it, man. I think you really should hit that link. And another thing is, Poetic's a great company. I deal with a lot of great companies, and they all have their strengths. And I think with this case, Poetic kind of brought it, man. They're bringing it. OtterBox, I haven't purchased any OtterBoxes in a long time. And you guys know that I'm really pro OtterBox. I always get an OtterBox for every phone, but I haven't gotten one for this phone yet. But I really don't think I need to. It's your man Jay. Save tons of money. Get a case like this. Links in the description. Take care.